going on? Good morning. Lord willing, this will be the day that we get our sled fired up for the first time since the rebuilt engine. Got to get it all hooked up, drop the back ramp and scooter out and get some smoke in the air. First we got to warm this place up though. We're looking at -5 below Celsius, so not too cold, but yeah. Just show you how I chop some wood using this little roofer's hatchet, I believe it's called, and a 3-pound sledge. Tonk tonk. It's a great little combo, so let me show you that. Birch bark is a great fire starter. Birch is just a great all-around firewood for this area where we don't have a lot of maple or other hardwood, so, or oak. So yeah, if you got birch in your area, it's a far superior firewood than any evergreen. Should be enough to warm us up this morning. Today's the day. Pretty stoked. Time to start up this 600 XLT after the top end rebuild, as well as the crankcase mod with the oil hole drilled bigger on the PTO side. So here we go. Just going to walk you through the normal procedure for a first time startup after a rebuild. You definitely need to do some things differently. Go ahead and fill your coolant up. Already did that. Pretty self-explanatory. 50-to-1 mix will give you, this is just your standard universal coolant. Sorry, I said 50-to-1 before. I meant 50-50. So as you can see, 50-50 ratio will give you negative 37 Celsius. That should be about cold enough no matter where you live, but if you're in a very cold area, go ahead and do 60-40. So fill up your water neck there all the way to the top until you see it like that. Go ahead and leave the cap off because you're going to want to purge the air out of the system. So during that first start, should be air bubbles coming up. It'll just happen automatically as the water pump gets things circulating. So leave the cap off. Putting something like that will possibly help the splashes not get all over the place, so you can leave your funnel on there if you want. And then go ahead and fill your overflow. I did about half, just going to kind of see what the level does. We'll see. Let's keep an eye on it. And we might top it off to the max level later once we do our break-in procedure. So that's the coolant. Next, I'll walk you through the oil. Then go ahead and pop your oil cap off. Preferably a different funnel than the one you just used to pour coolant. Universal 2-cycle. I'm going to go ahead and fill her up. Yeah, just a rough estimate based on how much I've poured is 2 quarts. Alright, so that's filling up your oil reservoir. Alright, when you're doing a first start on a rebuild, you want to do a 40-to-1 mix if you have an oil injected engine, which this 600 XLT does. If you're doing pre-mix where you don't have an oil injector, no oil pump on your sled, then you want to do 20-to-1 for your first tank of gas, and then switch to 40-to-1 for your continuous use thereafter. With oil injected, you only mix the first tank for engine break-in, and then you don't need to mix at all, which is the beauty of oil injection. So I could go ahead and mix up a whole 5.3 gallon jug, which is what I got right here, but let's make sure this thing runs before we get carried away, you know, wasting that much gas. If the whole rebuild's a crapshoot, I don't want to waste a bunch of gas and have a tank that I'll have to re-empty and mess around with. So we just got a gallon jug here, so we're going to go ahead and mix up 1 gallon at 40-to-1. So there's the 1 gallon mark. We'll go ahead and pour that into our milk jug. Now we'll add gas to this and then shake it up so we can mix all the last excess of the oil. Oh yeah, love these crappy little gas tanks. That is nice. Why can't they just go back to making gas tanks non-California compliant? What a joke. Might also help if the idiot, if the moron shooting the video took the inner cap off. Sorry, California, that ain't your fault. Idiot error. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Don't you love splashing gas all over the place? I do. Very nice. Alright, so once you're done pouring gas all over your trailer, then you can throw the cap on your mix bottle. Give her a few little shakes. This is just to get that last oil residue all mixed up. Then you just go ahead and pour that down the milk jug throat. Make sure to spill some more gas water at it. The wife always likes when you come in and smell like gas. Trust me. Alright. Just go ahead and fill up the rest of the gallon jug. Whoa, Nelly. And that is what we will pour into the sled. Mixed gallon 40-to-1. Looks like I should have shaken it up a little bit more. Alright, so fuel's in, oil's in, coolant's in. Obviously the coolant's in here. Last thing to do is prime our cylinders. So this is only for a first start engine rebuild procedure. But it's very important to put some oil on your pistons so that the rings will have some lubrication before the oil pump gets going. So go ahead and take out all 3 spark plugs. Having a little dropper bottle is a lot easier than messing around with a whole big bottle of oil, so that's why I put some 2-stroke oil in this. And then we're just going to give a nice squirt down each piston hole, down each spark plug hole. After you do that, just put your spark plugs back on and connect your spark plug wires. Pop each spark plug wire on. Alright. Getting close to cranking time. If you have a fuel valve over here, that on. And then one last thing to note before doing a brand new engine crank, I would recommend taking your drive belt off. There's no drive belt on my sled right now. That's just going to prevent, this thing taking off. Let's say if there was some mechanical problem you didn't foresee and the wide open throttle is pinned, or, you just never know. So running for a short period of time without the drive belt on just to make sure she fires up, everything's good, and there's no major problems. So, all right, it's time to pull it. There goes nothing. So when your engine won't start, you got three factors: fuel, spark, and air. Could be the spark plugs. We'll check those next if this doesn't work. Usually you have enough air, unless you have some sort of cloggage in your air box, which I know I don't. So I'm going to guess it's a fuel problem, especially with the new rebuild. You know, there's zero fuel in the carbs from last start. They're all brand new, cleaned out. Not brand new, but cleaned out and refurbed. So the way to get your fuel into the carbs without spraying something in there and taking them apart is to try to pressurize your fuel system. So what I'm going to do is take my air compressor. This is a crappy fuel cap, so I already took off the Colch style ball float and all that because it was broken. You can't see anything anyway. This is real squishy, almost like a rubber. So I'm gonna, not a rubber, but a I don't know, yeah, bouncy ball type material. Anyways, I think if I jam this in hard enough, let me feel. Oh yeah, I can squirt some air through. So I'm gonna try to pressurize the fuel system this way. This should force the fuel through the pump and into the carb bowls. So we'll see if it works. You can actually see the tank expanding there. So we don't want to vent out too much gas, but the hope is that pressure would send fuel to the carburetor. So let's give it another pull, see if she'll start. Idiot of the Year award goes to Marshall Lewis. Might help if I turn the key on, eh? You know, just might help a little bit, you know. I mean, could have done that 47 pulls ago. Whew. That's why you're watching this, so you don't make the same stupid mistakes. Alright, here we go. Let's see it. First start. First pull. Now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, so turn your key on, folks. That'll help you a lot. Got coolant squirting out like nobody's business. Put this on here just until... Actually, yeah, we want it to burp. We're just going to have a burpiness. Guess we can throw this rag over the top.